right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here, of course, for Hunter. Episode 79.
79.
Oh, and the Chimera ants are seeking individuality. They are evolving.
Yes,
they are
humanity
meeting
has begun striking
resistance.
back.
Yes. Yeah, and they might be drug dealers or something that are
Right,
on
we're
the
not entirely sure.
NGL or NGI island or whatever.
No, it's NGE Island.
Yeah.
No, and
But we have
Kiowa and company are all going to that island
we have
as well.
multiple parties going in. We have some not yet hunters and one
Actual hunter.
Actual hunter, yeah.
Yep.
So there's some interesting things that could come about.
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping for a losses on both sides kind of fight, like one where they like potentially like Gon and Kill will have to make some tough decisions. One where the Chimera ants are actually threatened by this whole thing, but they also, maybe panic out a quick birthing after they eat a hunter or one of the kids or what have you. One of the things that I just wanted to bring up, because you mentioned the kids in the previous discussion, we know that this show won't shy away from killing kids now.
Right.
So it basically put everyone that's like not Gon and Killua on the chopping block, potentially.
It did indeed.
So
yeah,
with all these nutritious bodies coming to our Chimera Ant Queen, there's a lot of stuff that could happen.
A lot. I'm mostly excited to see what happens with the winged guy.
Yes, Kurta.
I want to see what they do with him because so far it's been pretty awesome.
Yeah, him having some aspect of his individuality and maybe memories pop up would be very interesting.
Yeah.
Because memory is retained.
Memory is the key
in the DNA, I believe. I'm not sure,
or at least in his case, it seems to be.
At least in this case, yes, he's retaining some connection to his past life, which is pretty crazy. All right, guys, this is gonna be crazy and really fun. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, we're gonna start the episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Yeah. What is in a name? And she's birthing the royal guard for the king. Oh. Yep. I gotta shut off the opening here.
Now I'm curious. So those royal guard are being birthed, right?
Right.
But once she starts birthing the king, will she be able to birth anymore? I mean, it'll probably just be another egg like usual, but if she needs to be fed throughout the process, then that makes me think that it's going to be contained within her.
That's a very good point. I would say that yes. I would say that in particular, the birthing process has the, the fertilization, if you will, that's going on like asexually within her. She's not.
Right. Well,
she's just doing that, but the egg part, that bit, is more of like a...
Right, she just lays them and it's good. And,
yes.
And what I figured it was something is that she needed to constantly be fed so that she could keep laying eggs as fast as possible. But with the king, since she said 50 a day, does that mean it's like they're going to do that to prime her to lay the big egg?
Yes, I think that's what it is. She's being primed to lay a really, really dense super egg for the king.
All right.
And then the king won't necessarily be ready to exit the egg immediately.
Sure.
So yeah, there's that. All right, and bring this back up. NGL, that's right.
Right.
Oh, cool. Nice little view of the world here. Yes, the Mytene Union. Right.
Ah, gotcha. So the NGL isn't on the whole island.
Yes. It's a specific section of the island.
Right.
So it makes it very easy for the drug dealers to probably come in from a different section of the island.
I have a really tough time taking that Winnie the Pooh guy seriously.
Yeah. Whoa. 10 groups.
Okay.
See, kite. So what are the other groups then besides potentially the hunters? Yep.
Well, right.
Oh, other pro hunter teams. Dang.
Okay.
Ah, crap.
Yeah. That's a whole lot of Nen fuel.
Yeah. Yeah, seemed pretty serious.
Right. Sure.
Oh.
That makes sense.
But that means that the Chimera ants could eat those things as well.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Right,
You also need to survive.
Yeah. Oh, they're building up the connection with those two together.
Sudden character development for a side character
equals horrible, tragic death. Yep. It's a formula as old as time itself. Oh. These are cool designs.
Mm-hmm. That sounds a lot like the narrator.
It does.
Maybe the Chimera ants are really going to stick around for a long time. Colt, Chitu, Zaza.
No way we're going to remember all these names.
Yeah, but at least we can remember Colt.
Yeah. That's the important one. Mmm. Ah.
Zazan. Where do they get the clothes?
From the humans they kill.
Sure.
It's a sign of their desire for individuality as well that they're wearing clothes. Yep, there it is. There it is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's already 2 that are just gone.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Okay.
I kind of like this interactions
Yeah.
type of thing. Oh. Oh.
Uh-huh.
Dang. Holy crap.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
Dang.
I wonder if they'd potentially be capable of using guns.
Possibly, yeah. Why not? I mean... These designs are freaky. Gotcha.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That guy's afro, though, seriously.
Yeah. It's just like, I am Bush.
It's like he's hiding weapons in there or something.
Nice. I like it. Ah. Gotcha.
Okay.
Cannot.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? That's technology, though.
Maybe it's just what they have here at the border or something, and then...
It's specifically for the... Yeah. Technicalities.
Yep.
Oh, for foreign relations. I understand that somewhat.
Yeah, that does make sense.
He's gonna say no. Yeah. And I am 100% truthful about this.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Where's Toph when we need her to detect whether or not these guys are lying?
Glass?
Huh!
At reasonable rates, of course.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Holy crap.
Whoa. Okay.
So they have a really detailed scanner that goes over their bodies to make sure that they're all like...
I guess.
Wow. Those are the only ones that were actually allowed to enter? Okay. So Winnie the Pooh isn't going.
Mm-hmm. Basically, those are characters that probably aren't going to die.
Right.
All right.
I like the attention to detail.
Just a bit. Oh.
Yeah.
That probably would have been an issue.
Yep, that is a thing. Wow. Dang.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, couldn't a hunter just conjure, like, a laptop?
What? With... For what point?
Just because, like, you know, they have this like super strict thing of not letting anything get in, but you know, a conjurer could just make it.
Ha! Ha! I don't know.
I'm sure people that aren't being attacked might be able to say that just fine.
Yeah.
Kilo's just standing on it.
Killua! Oh my gosh! I love Killua. Yep.
Exactly.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Killua. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Although 10 groups have already come through, so that's a lot of people.
At least Kite's very pragmatic. Okay. I'm gonna get serious here. Oh, holy crap.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're bringing this up. Holy crap.
That was rude.
Yada yada. Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, the invisible one.
Uh-huh.
Dang, so he's just killing them. Jeez.
I love how he has a suit, even though, like, they'd probably be hard-pressed to actually... Like, he probably had to go through a lot of different people to get that suit.
Yeah. Jeez.
We have insubordination already?
Yeah.
Okay. He's not carrying one.
Nope. Whoa.
That thing's tiny.
Oh, here it is. Dang.
Okay. Yeah, and he's...
Oh, yeah.
got a
Here
gun.
it is. They can't speak. Whoa.
Okay. All right.
Oh, this is so crazy.
Right.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
No.
No, of course not.
Monster, singular.
Yep. Oh. Okay.
All right. Cool.
Okay. Nice. Whoa. Holy crap. This is getting way out of control really quickly. Like, Ponzu's gonna die first. Dang. They made them look really, really scary. Nice, Legolas.
Okay. So they're dead, but is the pink teddy bear one gonna kill him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Jeez.
Dang. Okay.
The funny thing is that the Chimera ants are destroying the underground NGL drug ring, basically. So holy crap.
Okay.
With the boss kind of facing the opposite way.
With the gun on his desk.
Right, he's gonna do the chair rotation. Where it's like, so. Ay ay ay. Yeah, yeah. That's a very small.
That's
portion of it. I love all the ways Killua is on the horse. He's standing on it. He's cross-legged on it, leaning back against Gon. All the different ways. Yep. All right. All right. So
okay.
Wow.
All right.
They're brewing essentially. The arc essentially is building the conflict essentially to be this ever escalating threat of the Chimera ants and what they'll do and how far they'll go. But already we're seeing the individuality aspect take a rampant, chaotic turn to things.
And what was okay? Now the the pink little koala bear guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's quickly becoming one of, not necessarily the ones I'm the most interested in. I mean, I am, but also I would say one of the ones that it's like the ones that you really need to be afraid of. You know,
well,
the Peter Baelish type, not the.
Well, here's the thing: he's going off solo.
Right.
And he's just killing them with high pressure little mini like bullet kind of pressure from his water bottle.
Right. So
like he's basically just like poof, like shooting hyper pressurized water.
Right. He's basically recreated guns without actually using guns.
Okay. So we have all these different chimera ants going about doing their own thing essentially. I think that's the main point of this episode being showing that when you gave them all the individuality, they now have their own individual wills. They now have their own individual ways of doing things. And Colt, so far, is our protagonist amongst them in that he desires to not like kill them for the sake of killing.
Right.
He serves the queen.
Yep.
And
he's the very loyal, type. Whereas
lawful good.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, he's the only one that's really truly still wholly about serving the queen. The other ones are like, okay, we'll do that bit that we need to do, but then after that,
in terms of the vocal ones, yes, but there are others like the one that's like the owl or something.
Yes.
They're all loyal to the queen, but it's more of a thing of, hey, we have free will. Let's try this out. Let's do this thing. And we have Yunju who's going around with his squad of 2, just killing them, just slaughtering them.
Yeah,
making them his. They were saying that he wanted to make them the pets, but then he's not also.
Right, he's just killing them. Which which you would think, even if they've already hit their 50-person-a-day quota or whatever,
for sure,
that's still something that they don't want to have happen because, now granted, he's killing the ones with guns, so that's helpful, right? But they don't want to get rid of all the humans because
then they won't
need
have
humans.
50 a day to.
Yeah, exactly. Or they'll have to expand beyond the island in order to get the 50 a day. And that's something they probably don't want. No.
I think right now, this is playing out much like a proper plague would need to in order to get to an ELE, an extinction level event for humans, is a lot of times when they have these stories with like a zombie outbreak and stuff, the zombie virus starts in a place where it can spread undetected without the world essentially becoming alarmed.
Yeah.
In fact, I played this one little silly game where you try to make a plague spread around the world.
Oh, really?
And you try to put it into such a way so that it'll spread without showing symptoms.
Gotcha.
So that people don't unite to stop you, essentially.
Right.
And the chimera ants have kind of gotten lucky in that being the case here by being in a place where there's no technology.
Zone.
Yeah, it's a prime place for them to flourish. But if they expand too fast, if they get too aggressive, if they go beyond essentially their quota, they could be inviting destruction upon them. Which, in some ways, we kind of want that because...
that's when things get the most interesting.
Yeah. But also, we've got characters coming in there who aren't prepared to deal with this level of threat.
Yeah.
And I like that there are a lot of hunter teams out there checking into this.
Yeah, that was very nice. Yep.
Off screen, we can just have them die, and then suddenly one of the babies
starts using Nen.
Releasing aura. We'll see, Jacob, remember. Aura is what they... Nen is manipulation of aura.
Sure.
So first step is aura, then Nen.
Well, okay, yeah.
Like,
I would almost say...
Ten Zets, Ren, Huts,
Right. I would almost say that the pink koala bear guy, I wouldn't be surprised if he had some sort of aura because he was doing things that like the other ones you can understand the things that they're doing because they're big monsters, right? But the things that he was doing
he was smaller. He was taking a hit from a tree trunk,
exactly,
without really any problems.
And the whole way that he was like killing people with like the cap from his bottle, that seemed like
at the very least, he understands 10.
Right.
Or at least he's using it. And that's
a
bit of a problem. Another thing that could be happening is we don't know fully if this is how it works because we know that it does work with the traits being passed along through reproduction, but we don't know if by simply just eating the traits they require eating. So say pink little guy's eating people, right?
Right.
He so far we haven't seen him eat anyone. But if he was, would he over time gain the traits of those that he's eating, or would he have to, or would it only be through the reproductive process? So far, there's nothing to suggest that it's anything but the reproductive process.
Right, but
because that might be a specific trait that the queen has from the beginning.
Right, but it does. But like when the Chimera ants originally were like, you know, attacking Killua and stuff, maybe they were like trying to get the stuff so that they could bring it back to wherever their mini queen was or whatever.
Sure.
And so that it could start putting it into the next generation of Chimera ants.
That could be where the cannibalization happens, is that they don't have a means of transporting. They just offer their bodies up to the queen at that case, and the queen just gorges herself on them, and then therefore gets the fuel and the
right, because
the traits.
Because I could totally see it being something where by eating a human they are able to get the traits, but the problem is that then the buck stops there.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why they pass it on to the queen, because then, you know, it's distribution.
Right, but then if they all have individual wills, one of them could encounter Ponzu and the pro hunter guy with the bow, and then suddenly we've got someone who's strong enough to potentially kill the queen. And then the infighting thing becomes a really big problem.
Sure.
Because the queen's like, no, I have to make the king so that we can survive as a species.
Yeah, and that's the real question.
And then
because
Kurta, little cult guy, will maybe have to sacrifice himself to save the queen or something.
And this is something that I'm curious about, because if they do have, I feel like the whole thing of whether they can, obtain the traits by eating other things without it going through the queen is a really big deal, because if that's the case, then one of them could eat like an egg of a future generation that has traits that it wasn't born with.
Sure.
And gain the traits that way.
Right. That's why I think I don't want to go too hard into the theory, because it might be just a whole load of nothing.
Right.
But yeah, so Gon, Killua, Kite, and a couple others are going to be entering the NGL section of the island.
Yep.
They, pass the little screening.
They have their horses, and
they have their means to transport. Killua, every time he talks, every time he does something, I just become more and more of a fan. I swear this show is trying to make me like Killua more than even like Gon, because his character has all these little quirks to him, but then also like just seems to be competent. He knows he's a step ahead of everyone.
Sure.
And I know that Kite in particular doesn't need to express it to be a step ahead of everyone. In some ways I think he's like 10 steps ahead of everyone. Like he's already thinking about how to stop the queen.
Sure.
And like, the whole
although he can't be all that far ahead, because why did he bring any of the kids along? So, but that was a cool thing that they did of splitting the kids up.
Sure.
So that way they can kill off some of them without having to worry about killing off all of them. So
that's true.
They can have those character designs be saved for later, because I get the feeling if some of the kids die, pretty much all of them are going to die. Because I don't.
But now that's not the case. Because...
Right. But if some of the ones that are in NGL die, then probably pretty much all of them.
Well, this whole island could be swarmed, within a month or 3, just depending on how fast this whole thing goes. This part of the story has slowed down quite a bit. I've noticed that in particular, in that the beginning of the arc, they were going things at a pretty clip pace, with more stuff. But it's still moving fast, because the Chimera ants have built a nest, essentially.
Right.
There's all this other stuff that's going on, but it seems like
it's going more into the details than the macro.
Right, and in particular with the ant story, their stuff is moving along quickly, while the human story with Killua and Gon and Kite, it's moving very slowly.
Yes.
And I'm excited for that to be the case when they get into actual like fighting and kind of encounters with the Chimera ants. But until then, it seems like the story is trying to build up at this kind of thriller side of things, which is very different from the feeling during the York New arc, which was more along the lines of this, like, hunt. Like,
yeah.
But there was also the idea of there being a war going on.
And
right
and
now
I think
we're building up it like it's not a war. It's like
And I think the main reason for that is because in the York New arc, it was something where the main character was initiating.
Yes,
right?
yes.
And that was one of the things that was really cool about it, because, you know, then you see the bad guys being like, crap, what's going on? You know, we have this dark avenger coming after us. Right. Whereas here, it's like
the antagonists,
it's the antagonists, and the way they keep it super interesting is because within the antagonists, there's a bunch of different people with very different goals and personalities and everything.
Yep.
And I feel like that was the main thing that this episode did. It introduced a whole bunch more to the Chimera Ants, and you know, among the squadron leaders and everything. And
right before like half of them die, like
I
get the vibe that of all these Chimera Ants, we won't really care about any of them in 10 episodes or so, because most of them will be dead. And of the ones that are around in the main story as Chimera Ants, they'll be like the new generation, you know. Yeah. And the old generation will be like, oh wait, who were they again? You know?
Right, exactly. Kind of like how at the beginning we freaked out when we saw all the ones that the Queen initially sent out, right? Mm-hmm. Before even Colt was around.
Right.
But now it's like, oh,
Colt is just one of
many. Yeah.
And
if anything, Colt might be kind of
like falling behind.
Yeah. So
especially with these honor guard being introduced, these are the ones that are probably going to be the highest in the pecking order up until this point, like up to this point.
Yeah, you're right.
So they're going to keep the rest of them in line, and that was a cool thing that they brought up with that there are some there that need to be kind of reined in, and Colt understands that, and they're like, yeah, something needs to be done. But there was kind of this fatal kind of like,
we don't want too much individuality.
Yes, but like, what can we do? Like, we can't really do anything. It was one of those passive things. When I say fatal, I mean like almost fatalistic. Like, well, we need to do something, and it's like, wait, well, what can we do? Nah, nothing really.
Right.
We just kind of have to do our part and just kind of trust the others to do their part, which is not going to work out well.
At least it is true that mankind has no control, not even over his own will.
Oh boy. With them bringing up the whole idea of free will with these creatures, and the Pinkle koala bear one questioning, really, superior human, inferior creature.
Where did he get that suit?
But more like, what makes you any different from me? What makes you better? Nothing. We are exactly the same. And it's like, oh shoot, here we go. This is gonna get into some really good, meaty discussion topics around the, almost in a way it makes it kind of funny, the dehumanization of those which you deem worthy to kill. Well, basically, when you kill, you are doing the ultimate essentially condescension. You are deeming them as being less than you.
Okay.
So therefore, you are worthy of life, whereas they are not, which is the ultimate disconnect also in a way, because then you're saying, I am better than you, which is almost always wrong.
Or at least, I like me more than you.
Well, yes, that's of course what they're saying, but the principle of it is that
they value themselves more.
Well, no, it's that they believe themselves to be superior.
Okay.
If you kill someone, for whatever reason, you believe them to be inferior, which means you believe yourself to be superior. And then that disconnect basically, you know, in your mind you begin to treat them as less than whatever you are. So on the human to human scale, when humans kill each other, it's the ultimate like disconnect, because you're basically saying like, this is like, you're saying in your internal like beliefs or whatever, like, this is not a human. Like,
Or at the very least, that usually happens. If not before, it probably will happen after as a way to justify the killing.
Well, yeah, it needs to be done in order to justify the killing, because it's not in our nature to kill each other. Like it's not. It's
sure. Or well,
I mean, yeah, we might think of ourselves as being more highly evolved than animals and stuff, but when you start having individual will and stuff, and you have, like, even the more nebulous idea of having a soul, essentially, even the ants themselves, like, when the first ant kills another ant, which is going to happen at some point.
Oh, yeah.
There's going to be this moment of, oh my god, I have blood on my hands. I killed one of my own.
Right, yeah.
It's essentially the same thing as killing a family member. You are in violation of your nature, essentially. And they're going to get into that topic along the lines of having this species that's slowly becoming more and more like what they're eating.
Right.
So you could see all the I can't communicate well. I can't communicate well, but you guys hear kind of what I'm saying with this. Okay. Yeah. Cool. That's all I wanted to make sure, is that I'm kind of getting understood here.
Yeah.
But it's good stuff.
Yeah, I really like that they're going into this, because anytime in a story you get into the whole idea of what makes a person, you can do a lot of cool things.
You can do some really cool things.
And they're
I've rarely seen this in a fantasy setting too.
Yeah.
It's generally a sci-fi thing.
Yeah, it's generally a sci-fi thing, and I guess this is, like, if we were to pick out an arc that is a sci-fi kind of arc, this is probably it. Because it's not, the Chimera ants, for as far as we know, they could be some, magical creature, or they could be some, sci-fi creature. The line gets blurred.
It doesn't matter what
it doesn't really matter, exactly.
No, I'm talking about the world of Hunter is a fantasy world. So science fiction means that there's some connection to science.
Or they pretend there is, yeah.
No, generally, that's why Star Wars isn't science fiction, Jacob.
Well, okay.
Well, I'm just saying Hunter can't be classified as a science fiction story.
No, but I would say this arc is the most sci-fi of all the arcs.
Right, but that just doesn't say anything to me. To me in particular, it doesn't. I'm talking about the world. I don't really care about how the arc references that. But I see what you're saying.
I mean, they do kind of explain it with science. Even though it's totally not realistic science.
Right.
But
right. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. I think there's not really anything particular we want to discuss other than they seem to be carving through the kind of the mini plot points really quickly with the whole drug organization, bringing up the shadowy leader.
Right.
I don't know if we're supposed to know or even really care about who that is.
That reminds me of, like, the guys that went to kill the Phantom Troop, but they ended up just fighting Uvogin and got totally toasted.
Sure. The Dawns.
Or the Dawns, the Shadow Beasts.
The Shadow Beasts, yeah. Yeah, but I'm more excited for the Gone and Kill Kite encounter with the Chimera ants. They did a really good job of making them terrifying against, the pro hunters and the amateur hunters.
They also did a really good job of making there be a lot of different situations where there's this idea of danger in the air, or ongoing conflict, whether you're talking about within the Chimera ants or, like you were saying, with Ponzu and them.
Like ambiance in a way.
Yeah, exactly. And
like
basically
when they had the guns in the forest.
Right. Yep.
They were like, what's that sound,
And leaving it kind of unresolved so that way it, like, ties in better into the next episode, because the whole idea with, like, the shadowy leader of the the drug ring, like, that seems like one of those things that's just kind of like a little cliffhanger to be like, hey, watch the next episode. But they do have a lot more, besides that, which makes me strangely excited for the plot, when usually that's not why I go to stories. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. Well, yeah, guys, it's an intense set of stories, guys. Yeah, and if you want to see the next 2 episode reactions to HunterxHunter right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access. It comes with Discord access. You can check out all that there. And yeah, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.